Hello friends, I am Shilpi Arora. Children, today we are going to discuss about another chapter of class 9th political science, that is democratic rights. In this chapter we will be discussing about the importance of rights and the major fundamental rights that we have in our country. We call them as democratic rights because rights are being enjoyed in a democratic country, because no such rights are being enjoyed in a non-democratic country. So to know the importance of rights, first we would like to discuss about life without rights. When we understand the life without rights, then we will be able to know the real significance of rights in our life. So let's start with life without rights. We have three different examples which shows what kind of life we have if we do not have rights. Then we will imagine the life we'll have when there will be no rights given by the government. So we'll discuss three different examples. So first example is the prison in Guantanamo Bay. Now what is that? Where is this prison? So we are talking about those prisoners who have been captured by the US forces all over the world, and they have put them in a prison, and this Guantanamo Bay, it's an area near Cuba, okay, and this is controlled by American Navy. So we'll just see what happened actually in that prison. Life without rights cannot be imagined, but when these rights are snatched by someone, people's life becomes hell. So now we'll see how the life of those prisoners who were in Guantanamo Bay become hell. About 600 people were secretly picked up by US forces all over the world and put in a prison in Guantanamo Bay, an area near Cuba which is controlled by American Navy. Now why this American Navy, they have captured these 600 people? The American government said that they were enemies of the US and they are linked to the attack on New York on 11 September 2001. Children, remember 9/11 attack on American Twin Towers World Trade Center. So without any solid reason whether these people were actually involved in that particular attack, just because they have some they were suspicious without any real proof about them, but they have picked up those 600 people secretly and put them in a prison called Guantanamo Bay. There were no trials. See, generally rights are even given to the prisoners also. If we if we arrest somebody, that arrested person also have a right to hire a lawyer in his defense, have trials also. But here no such trials before any magistrate in the US, nor could these prisoners approach courts in their own country. It means people have no right. And you know that when these people were secretly arrested by US Army, even US Army didn't even tell the people of the government of their own country. Without telling the government, they have arrested these people. So Amnesty International, which is a human rights organization, is looking after their rights. Even after when it was proved that these people were not guilty, still the US government, they did not release those prisoners. So it means we can say that the prisoners in the Guantanamo Bay, they have no rights, no right to have trials in their defense, no right to hire a lawyer. So you can imagine the life the prisoners had in that prison. So first example is prison in Guantanamo Bay. Okay. Another example is about citizens' rights in Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia, it is a country which is ruled by a monarch. Monarch is nothing but the king. So in that country, what happened? Why we say that people in Saudi Arabia have no rights? In this, king selects legislature. He also appoints the judges and can change any of their decision. So what is the relevance of these judgments and these judges when their judgment can be changed by a king? Okay, because they have no such rights. even the citizens are not allowed to form political parties. It means no freedom of speech, no freedom of expression. They cannot form political parties. Even media cannot cover the political organization. Media cannot give report about the activities, about the working of political organization. Everything is under the control of a monarch. And when everything is under control of the monarch, people are having no rights, like no freedom of religion. Yes, because the non-Muslims can follow their religion in private. It means that they follow only Islam, and the people who does not follow Islam, it means those who are non-Muslim, they cannot preach their religion in public, but they can follow their religion in private at home. They can do worship, but you will not find any religious place for other religious groups apart from Muslims. Okay. Now another right which has not been given to the women were subjected to any public constraint. Different kind of restrictions were being imposed on women. So we can say that women does not have any right in the country. Even the right to vote is not given to women. So when in a country like Saudi Arabia, where no such rights have been given to women, how can you think of their development? They cannot develop their personality. They cannot speak in public also because of these kind of constraint on women. So this is again another example of a country where citizens are denied rights. So you can see how the women living in Saudi Arabia with no such rights available to them. Okay. Another example, it is the ethnic massacre in Kosovo. Why there was a massacre in Kosovo? Kosovo, it's a place, it's a former province of Yugoslavia. Why I am saying it's a former province? Because now Yugoslavia has split in 6 different major provinces. Okay. Earlier this Kosovo was a part of Yugoslavia, where in Kosovo there were majority of Albanians. In Kosovo there were majority of Albanians. But in the country, yes, in the country there were the Serbs who were in majority, and these Serbs, they had narrow-minded approach against Albanians. It means these Serbs, even the Serb Prime Minister Milicevic, he also wanted to throw away these Albanians from their country. Okay. So because of this attitude of the government, because the government was of Serb and they were against Albanians, so there was a struggle for dominance. Struggle for dominance means struggle between the Albanians and the Serbs. So because of that struggle, there were violent conflicts, there were clashes between the Albanians and the Serbs. Okay, and because of that conflict, large scale massacre of both communities, large number of people were killed, wounded from both the sides, and even the democratically elected government lost power for crimes against humanity. I told you the Prime Minister was from the Serb community, and he himself not wanted these Albanians to live. They wanted either they should accept the authority of Serbs or they should leave the country. So because of this attitude of the government, this democratically elected government lost power. Why they lost power? Because they were doing crimes against humanity. Okay, they were against these Albanians. So in these 3 examples, children, we have seen that what kind of life is there. Life of these Albanians. Yes, their property, their house can be snatched by these Serbs anytime because they had no right, because they are in minority in the country. Okay, so their property can be snatched by the government anytime because they were having no right. So you can think of their condition. And we also discussed about the Saudi Arabia. So you can ask, You can be given a question in examination. Give example to prove that. What kind of life is there without rights? With special reference to the example mentioned in book, like example of Saudi Arabia, or they can ask massacre in Kosovo, or they can ask about the prison in Guantanamo Bay. Any example they can ask you to write in examination if they ask about life without rights. Okay.
Now, subscribe to Bright Tutee course at ₹1 per day only. Download Bright Tutee app from Play Store and get the online courses prepared by competent and experienced teachers for different education boards of classes 6 to 10. Bright Tutee courses are available for the subjects of Math, Science, Social Science, English and Hindi in English and Hindi medium. Bright Tutee follows 3-step approach, that is learning, assessment and exam preparation. In learning, topic-wise video lectures with explanation of concepts and discussion of textbook examples and questions are available with the solutions. In assessment, topic-wise online MCQ test, practice assignments and chapter-wise question bank are available with the solutions. In exam preparation, previous year's question papers, sample papers and model test papers are available with the solutions. Sign up today on Bright Tutee and avail your courses at affordable prices.